Good morning, good morning.
It's great to stay up late.
Good morning to you.
When the band began to play, the stars were shining bright.
But now the milkman's on his way. It's too late to say goodnight.
Good morning to you.
Nothing could be grander than to be in Louisiana in the morning. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were still going.
Good afternoon and welcome to Good Morning 30A. I'm Red.
And I'm Julie Bloom.
And we have some special guests here today with us. First of all, we are at the amazing Bowery, which is here in Redfish Village on 30A, the corner of 30A and 83. And this is a wonderful new location. They've been open for a few months now, and they're kicking some booty.
Neighborhood. Some neighborhood.
But we have a very special guest sitting with us right now, and that is Governor Mike Huckabee, who is our neighbor.
Welcome.
Yes, lives around the corner. And we pass by the house all the time and we wave like we know him. Whatever. So, but we're here today to talk about something very special to you. You've got a video series out and a book series out. And the newest one is called One Nation Under God. Tell us about the series and this particular one.
Well, it's a series called Learn Our History, and it's for kids. And it was originated with a partner of mine named Brad Saft, who, as a kid, went around with his family on vacation. They would take him to all the great American sites. And they taught him about American history and what a great country this was. Brad grows up thinking, he's living in a Manhattan family. His dad's, a very well-to-do Manhattan guy. And he just assumes every kid in America knows the history of this country and loves it. And he gets to college and he finds out that he's the only kid that really knows what America's about. And it really kind of got to him. So after college, he goes on Wall Street, very successful Wall Street career. But he wasn't fulfilled, and so he said, I want to do something to help kids understand history. He sold his company and put everything into this and asked me to join with him in helping promote it. And the Learn Our History DVD series was born. So what happens is this is a series of DVDs for kids. And the concept is it's an animated series. Mm-hmm. Kids will watch an animated series. They love cartoons. So they'll watch it. But in a very subtle way, they're learning American history while they're being entertained. So it covers all of American history. And we've had now ones on the American Revolution, World War II, the space program, John F. Kennedy, Ronald Reagan, Abraham Lincoln,
Susan
and on
B.
and on and on.
Oh wait, that was a different one.
But the One Nation Under God really helps to frame for young kids that there is a role of how spirituality has played a very major part of American history, and the providence of God figures very strongly in our country.
Right, and in the Revolution and
Absolutely.
The framers of the
and what our
Constitution.
founders believed. Mm-hmm. So the DVD series has been so very popular. Most parents or grandparents, they'll get them for their kids, play them in the car when they're traveling, or play them at home, and it's been very exciting to see the feedback. And interestingly, even among families who say that they are liberal, this is not an ideological set. The only ideology
you're not choosing the God for them. You're just saying this is how the spirituality came about in our nation.
And the whole series, though, is about that America is an exceptional country. Now, if you think America's a horrible country, probably not for you. But if you
then
think
you
this
should leave.
Yeah, you really go.
I was going to say, we'll buy you a one-way ticket to wherever you'd like to go.
Wherever you want to go. Right. But it's still the place where most people want to come.
Yeah,
even if you say you hate it, you still want to be here.
People get on their knees every night. And ought to thank God they're in a country that people are trying to break into, not a country they're trying to break out of.
No question.
And we're in that country.
Sometimes we don't even think about that. I mean, that's a really terrific way to put it. They should thank their God that they're in a country people want to come to. Zillions of them.
So I looked on the site about Learn Our History, which is what? LearnOurHistory.com? Okay, there you go. try
That's your job, actually.
But there are 35 different videos in the series,
and
from like Columbus all the way to 9/11.
And there's really no limit of how many, because there's so many American stories to tell. And what we hope is that children will grow up and in the very, again, subtle way, entertain their way into learning history. And here's why that's important. I've often said that history is to a culture what the memory is to an individual. And if you think about it, if you woke up in the morning and you didn't know your name or your address or what you did for a living, and you didn't know all these other people in the house with you, think about how lost and disoriented you would be if you didn't have any memory. And I mean, one of the greatest fears that we all have is growing to a place of dementia where we lose our memory.
Right.
So to an individual, the loss of memory is devastating, but so is the loss of history to a culture.
country, yeah.
And when our country doesn't know its history, doesn't realize where we come from and how we got to be where we are, it's devastating. And I'm convinced that a lot of the disoriented nature of this country and the lostness of America is because we don't know who we are. We've not
Well,
studied
and
our
that's
history.
something that you've always run on was education, and part of the education system that there's a breakdown, and that we aren't learning our history, and the kids aren't learning their history, let alone whatever other skills that they need. This is something that so ingrains all of us. I mean, where did we come from? I happen to know that my great 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 grandfather is John Adams.
Wow,
So
that's pretty impressive.
I know that this is
Yeah.
that's an important part of my
your
life
right.
and my makeup.
Yeah.
And I think this series sounds wonderful. Now, the videos themselves, are they very long? Can they keep the kids?
No, they're like 10
Kid
minutes,
length, yeah.
very very short. So that,
tiny.
Good for all,
Go
ahead.
for all
And
our
it's-
ADD.
and it's built around a
affected people.
series of kids, and they have a time travel machine. They go back in time, and it's an ongoing series. So the same characters are in the videos, and they go back in time and they experience history as it happened. And so that's kind of the
Sounds cool.
the
Yeah.
scenario under which
I wanna
it
watch
plays.
them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They look like fun.
They sound like fun.
I'll
I
be
tried to
honest
click
with you,
on one.
I've learned stuff
more.
watching the videos. I really have. I'll sit there and watch them and think, I didn't
I
remember
didn't
that.
remember that part.
So it's
Things
it's
you learned
great
for
for
the test
kids,
and
but
forgot.
adults can pretend like they know it already, but they'll learn something
Well,
too.
and I did make a reference to the Schoolhouse Rock
Yeah.
that we grew up with
Right.
in our generation. And I know the preamble because of that.
Yeah.
So to put it this way, I mean, it's such a marvelous idea. So, okay, well, this is terrific. Now, how do they get it? How do we get it? Look at there.
Okay, you go online to
pro.
learnourhistory.com, and also if you want to sample it, you can get a free copy of freegoddvd.com, and then you can get a free version. Look at one of them, and if you like it, then you can sign your kids up for
To get
online
the
to
rest
get the
of
horse
them.
right,
Yeah.
the
That's
ongoing
terrific.
series.
Well,
It's awesome.
congratulations, as Julie was about
Yes,
to
that's
say.
awesome.
Thanks.
And okay, 2 personal notes. First of all, welcome to the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I know
we're
you've
thrilled to
been
have you
wonderful
here.
you've been
place to
seen all
live.
around and you've been loving it.
We
so
really
that's
have.
good.
Great people here. The scenery is absolutely amazing. There's no place quite like it on
No,
Earth.
there isn't.
I've traveled all over the world, and every time I travel a lot still, and I just can't wait to get back.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, good. Then you've made it.
All right.
You're
And
part
I'm,
of
I'm
it.
going to extend you a
Yeah.
personal invitation to come over to a little restaurant around the corner called Red's Fueling Station.
Okay.
It's behind the gas station, yes.
Yeah.
And on Wednesday nights we have an open mic singer-songwriter night. So you come over, you bring your guitar, which I know
Okay.
you can play, and join us. And we won't tell anyone.
Okay, as
Keep
long
it a
as,
secret.
We
as
won't
long as you
promo.
don't ask me to sing, because I don't do
No
that.
saying. All right.
We don't want to ruin the place.
Thank you so much for
Great to
joining
be
us
here,
today
Ray.
here at the
Julie.
Thrilled to
Bowery.
have you in the
Nice to see
Thanks,
you.
neighborhood.
Mike. It's
Thanks.
great.
Thank you.
All right, guys, you heard it first. Go find him. Go see these wonderful videos. In the meantime, stick around. We've got more to go. We're going to talk to the chef here at the Bowery, at the wonderful Bowery, and have some more champagne.
There.
All right.